Hey everybody, I have here the entirety of Series 18 of LEGO's collectible minifigures that are sold in individual blind bagged packs, and this entire series is all about celebrating the 40-year anniversary of the birth of the minifigure as we know it today. Headlining the birthday party is this replica of one of those first LEGO minifigures from 1978. It even comes with a little scaled down version of the representation of the set that he came in. It even has the set number on it. That's a printed tile piece that he's holding on top of a yellow 1x2 plate. This is the simplest figure in the entire series because he does represent the simplicity of the original figure. It's done pretty well. It's pretty accurate. The parts are all updated with modern molds and all, but it's a little bit difficult to pick this out of a lineup of the original figures that are in good condition. This is also the rarest figure in this series, with only one of them being included in each case or box of 60 random figures. Now, many birthday parties, though not all, feature a birthday cake, and this is the birthday cake guy. It's actually a full figure standing inside of a cake that he's supposed to be emerging from, so you can see some of the pink filling that's on his torso there. It's printed on the front and back, so it's been messed up a little bit. His tie is done with a metallic gold color, so it's got a little bit of shine. The hairpiece is new. It has a mini peg hole in it to accept any of the Friends style accessories, bows and flowers and things, or the birthday hat, and they've got one of those included here in the pearl gold color. And he does have a full set of legs, also with some print there on the front on each of them, but it makes for a complete figure, so it's not just something that's specific to a costume. And there's just a little bit more print to see with the eyebrows there, and then the cake piece is like so. So it's got that deep kind of well in there and a couple of hollow studs for him to stand in. And here's how it looks from the underside. A little clear stock piece not included. So it's hollow and molded with multiple colors. Pretty cool piece, and you can easily fill up that center section with some brick plate and or tile pieces to kind of seal it off. Birthday parties tend to have guests, so here's the birthday party girl, who features a number of new things with the new integrated balloon and string for it. That's all molded together with two different colors of plastic, and it's got the right angle adapter to make it really easy for a minifigure to hold it. It's got triple molded legs with 3 layers of different colors of plastic, and it's also printed as well. New print for the torso there. It has a little bit of metallic backing behind the ribbon going through there. Got a good facial expression. Nice hairpiece with, again, a mini peg hole on the top to attach an accessory. The gift box is a printed piece. There's no alternate face on this one, but just a clear look at the face itself. The gift box is mostly a single piece here for the bottom of it. It has the height of a brick, but it is completely hollow on the inside, and this one includes a couple of pastries there, and they also have a printed tile piece for the top, and those just fit together. With the box emptied, you can see that the base of it is mostly flat, so they tried to give you as much space in here as they could. The series also has this birthday boy who has a different color of that same preformed balloon assembly with the string, a different color and different set of prints for the box and top. He has a different color for the triple molded legs there with a different print as well. And here's what he looks like from around the back by default. Dual molded arms for this one to give the look of the t-shirt. And there's no alternate face on this one either. There's a better look at his gift box and the unique prints for it. And inside the box are 2 1x1 tiles printed to look like the original Series 1 collectible minifigure blind bags. They just only show the 3 frontmost figures to avoid making it too busy. Let's look at some of the costumed figures in the series, starting with the Cactus Girl. She has new arms that fit directly into a regular minifig torso, and as such you can rotate them. So you can have both of them down, you can have both of them up, you can have them alternate, which I think looks the best. You can also kind of bring them forward to make it look like she would like to give someone a hug or like to reach for something, maybe to get a snack while she's at the party, but just can't quite make it. Now, from some angles, just the center kind of, well, I guess the costume piece itself, the main part that goes over the body, almost looks like a pickle to me just by itself, so that may give some ideas for some custom uses of that. Beneath, she actually has a printed torso, and she has an alternate face to boot, and alternate print on the back of the torso as well. Now, the idea here is that either she has pricked herself with one of the slightly too realistic needles, or she's just getting tired of being in this suit and not being able to get any of the birthday cake because she has no hands and she can't reach forward. Here's Dragon Suit Guy, who has the exact same wings as the Halloween-themed collectible Imp figure, but look at all of these prints he has, including on the arms, all this exclusive stuff. Not a lot of printing done for the legs, but they just got the kind of claws for the toes there. And the head is done up pretty nicely as well. You actually have to put the couple of horn barbs in there, those standard pieces. Has the tail there with two colors. It just fits in between the torso and the legs. And this is also an inside reference to a very specific Lego product. I want to show you that this guy has a little bit more to be seen in his face as well, kind of his scary face. And then he also has a happy face. And this is a reference to the most recent castle theme from Lego from 2013. They made a dragon. And I held on to mine. There it is now. And if you want to get fancy with it, you can make the Dragon Suit Guy ride on the back of your own full-size dragon. It's Dragonception. Here's Elephant Girl, who comes with a pink ballerina-style tutu and a brand new mouse or small rat mold, which is actually two different plastics put together. They have a softer tail, so it's actually not easy to break that off, and it fits over one stud or over multiple studs. Has a pretty nicely printed face with even some fur on the forehead, and the figure itself is just pretty much a regular figure except for the specialized headpiece. No print on the back of the torso, but she does have this alternate face that's supposed to either represent being scared by the mouse or letting out a little bit of a wail. No, I think it's just being scared by the mouse. And there's what the first face looks like without the extra headpiece on. This is Flower Pot Girl, and this is another one where you get a full regular minifigure. It just has some unique accessories attached to it. So the large terracotta style pot is actually just attached between the legs and the torso. The main green color for her is bright green except for the hands, which are lime green. You get a dual molded headpiece there for the large flower, and I'm sure some folks will use custom building to turn that into just a large flower by itself. And there's how she looks with the big disguise pieces removed, so just a fairly simple print of a stalk on the front of the torso, no print on the back of the torso, but this other face is a much more pleasant one. It'll probably get a little bit more use. Meanwhile, the terracotta pot piece, you can see here, just has the couple of holes that will go over a couple of studs lightly, or will fit very nicely between the torso and the leg pieces. And here's what that looks like from the underside. It's pretty smooth and hollow. It doesn't give you any room to really move the legs. How about Brick Suit Guy here? To me, it feels like this one and its female counterpart will be permanently collectible. They will never go out of style. That is actually set up to be sized like a brick. It even has the Lego logos on it. It comes with the contrasting 1x1 plate piece just to represent kind of a smaller version of himself. And this does have a specialized torso piece that is the brick itself. Look at this. It even has basically the underside of a plate here. So it's not exactly like a brick because it does need to slip around a little bit, but you can attach things to this on the top, on the back, or the front and the back, top and the bottom, however you want to see that. But beneath there is not any regular torso. It's a very specialized part. Also, I should point out that the height or thickness of this brick here is equal to one brick plus one plate, so 4 plates. And here's just his head by itself, so you can see how that print looks, and there's no alternate print on the back. Bricksuit Girl basically reverses the color scheme, except for the hair, which is the same dark brown color. I think they have done a great job of getting the color to be very consistent through all the blue here and the red on the other one. There's not any real noticeable difference in opacity or being able to see any light shine through. So this is a pretty high quality piece. It has good thickness. Doesn't feel like they cheaped out on it at all. All the parts fit together well, even though this is just a very unique piece, and you are still able to rotate the head around on the swivel up there. It's just a little bit buried down in the space, but once again, there is no alternate face to be seen on this figure either. Both of these look really great to me personally. Spider Suit guy here, I think, may be developing an ironic case of arachnophobia. You wouldn't have expected it, but when it comes around to the body part, that gets really creepy because it looks very believable from a distance, the shaping of that. I personally don't suffer from arachnophobia. I'm a little bit wary of spiders, but I'm okay with letting them crawl on me as long as they're not like black widows or something like that. But when I first opened up the first package of this figure and dropped out the big spider piece, it triggered that natural wariness of potentially predatory animals. It just has that kind of feeling. I mean, that's a little bit creepy there. Doesn't have any suggestion of eyes, at least, and once you come around to this side, I don't know if that helps that much, seeing the neck bracket there, because then you see that the legs are raised up in the front. This is a fairly soft piece, and it is very hollow. Very little chance of it breaking. However, there is a high chance of the neck bracket being bent in the package when you get it. And that results in this sort of situation where a lot of the back of the suit is really sticking out and can take some time to flatten that back out so that it rests properly. Here's how that face looks with nothing in the way, and he also has an alternate face that is a very different expression. Almost looks like he's got a little vampire tooth there, or maybe a spider fang. Maybe he has actually been bitten by the supposedly prop spider that he's carrying around. Check out the eyes on the top of the costume headpiece as well. Those have highlights that are metallic. They have actually a transparent blue painted over silver. But have no fear, Unicorn Guy is here. He will surely vanquish any creepy crawlies at this birthday party. He uses the exact same tail and headpieces as the Unicorn Girl from a few series ago, but he also includes the sword in pearl gold and the very nicely printed shield piece there. I feel like that has some collectible value, has some gold on the print on the front of the torso. Notice that the tips of the feet are printed as well. And taking that headpiece off, he does not have an alternate face. He just has this one default. But check it out. These two can roll together now as a team. Firework Guy is another of the simpler of the figures in this series because most of his decoration just comes from his specialized outer costume piece, which is just one part. It is dual molded, so you get that very crisp change from the blue to the red, and no overspray or anything like that. The printing all around it looks pretty good and pretty consistently opaque and well aligned and everything, and this just slides up, and there you see there's no print on the torso whatsoever. He does have pretty good print or pretty appropriate print for the legs and the hip piece as well, and there's no alternate face on this one. Race Car Guy here is pretty unique because he has a complete car on, and I mean a complete car. Let me go ahead and take that off so you can see figure separate from car. Look at that. It's a complete car. Specialized mold piece that uses the skateboard wheels that just slip right over some clips on the underside, and you can roll the thing around. You can use it as a toy yourself. Just has a little plastic model car. It's such an interesting thing, and I really, really hope that they don't make that mold exclusive to just this figure, because they could make a whole series of different colors for that car, and they could be used for amusement parks. They could be used to represent models, or pedal cars for kids, all sorts of things. There's not a lot of customization that you can do to change up that car. It only has a single stud on the back where they've attached a printed piece here, and then it's got the holes for the tops of legs to go through, but you can also do put studs across that. The figure itself is really good by itself, with some little Lego brick related references in the sponsor names that they came up with there, but I think it just looks good by itself and could have been sold as its own thing at some point. Who knows, maybe they'll come up with a counterpart to this one. I like the face as well. There's no alternate face, but it's got the sideburns on there. It looks a little bit classic. I think it's pretty cool. The whole thing is pretty cool. Here's what that car looks like from the underside, if you were wondering. A balloon tying clown has been hired for this party with his unique prints here and his brand new unique accessory piece for the balloons themselves. They are identical except for the color, but a brand new mold there. It just has the ability to attach a hand or anything clip-sized to the center portion of it. No print on the back of the torso here. No alternate face. Kind of makes sense, but he does get the printed top hat, the Joker-style hat. And when you take that hat off, it really changes up his expression, I think, being able to see the remainder of his eyes. Notice also the long split coat tail here with the orange color, and it's done with the older style of more papery cloth. Cat costume girl here, I think, is actually done pretty well in the face and head, with the way that they've integrated the eyes and eyebrows of the minifigure head beneath there with the shaping and paint applications for the headpiece, the actual costume piece, the mask, if you will. I like how the shaping goes together, not only around the eyes, but also for the jawline. It all just feels kind of right. The body, the torso is okay. The printing on the legs and arms is a little bit off. I wish it was a little bit brighter and white. You can really see where you switch from the dual molded colors, the different colors of plastic for both the legs and the arms. Nice that they did the dual molding there, but you can really see where it switches over to the print to try to get a little bit of the white fuzziness in there. What I found most unexpected with this figure was the inclusion of a new color for the traditional Lego fish. That's medium azure. I thought it was going to be the same light royal blue color, something like that. It's like a baby blue color that they used for the Ninjago movie. It's already something very, very close to this, but nope, it's new, so that's cool. No complaints, but just quite unexpected. That face now, that is awkward to me because it has a nose. And it's supposed to be like a painted on nose, face paint, but to see a nose on a Lego minifigure is just always weird. Always really, really weird. There's no alternate face on this either, like a no face paint version of it. So yeah, I think this works best if you just leave that on and probably never take it off if I can ever get it back on. There we go. One last figure here is the cowboy costume guy, and his legs are supposed to be the legs of the horse, and then the horse add-on pieces are two. So there's one front section which is hanging basically around his neck, so that's all of this here, and you can see it's just a soft piece, almost rubbery type of plastic, so that it's not going to easily break off those very thin hanger points. And then he has just a brown colored version of the unicorn tail, and that can be placed either facing up or facing down. Looks much better facing down like this. The torso is actually done in teal, or is it medium or dark turquoise color that was just reintroduced to the Lego palette after being discontinued for many, many years. His arms are the flame yellowish orange, kind of school bus yellow color, which you can see contrasts a little bit against his regular yellow hands. And he actually has a really nice torso print. I'm especially happy that the white part of that is printed very well. Also the yellow part. So it's not letting too much of the turquoise color come through. It's very opaque and just feels like it's done with quality and care. I like the headpiece as well. It's just something a little bit different with the the facial hair, how that's done. And this can be used as a figure. I mean, you probably want to take the tail off, but then you can just use this as a regular figure who doesn't have much of a costume on except for just the cowboy outfit. But at least now he doesn't look like he's trying to be a horse also. And that's it. That's the entire series. Let me and other viewers know what you think of the collection on the whole, and if you have any favorites. I personally really like the brick suit figures. I feel like they are just quintessential Lego, and like I said, I think they will really last a long time and will have very, very high collectability in the future if they don't make a ton more different ones using those same molds and just different colors. I also really like a lot of the non-figure specialized pieces that they've come up with here, like the balloon that looks better than any of the older solutions, and the box, which works really well, fits within a normal brick size, but allows you to carry more stuff. I like the new mouse. I like the dog balloons. And of course I like the minifig scale representations of Lego products with the printed tile here to represent the box, and then also the couple gifts in here of the Series 1 minifigs on 1x1 tiles. The one thing I'm not happy with at all here is the limited availability of the classic police officer figure, because having only one of that figure available in every box of 60 figures means that resellers are just going to go to every one of these boxes and pick out just that figure, sell it for crazy prices on eBay, and leave none of them available to most consumers at regular prices. It's a very, very artificial and unnecessary way to limit the supply of what's really a simple and easy to produce figure. At least the good thing is that they did pick an old style figure to apply that sort of exclusivity to. And I feel like that figure will be one of the least sought after by most Lego fans, by which I mean the folks you hear the least from on the internet. The young kids who are busy playing with their toys rather than commenting about them. This figure will be most appreciated by the older fans, and notice I said most, not exclusively, but most appreciated by the older fans who have a lot more money to spend. But anyway, that's it for this video. Be sure to leave a comment with what you think about the series on the whole, and again, if you have any favorites. Catch you later!